we have talked about translations. Now we're going to talk about reflections today. And a reflection is like looking at your reflection in a mirror. When you look in the mirror, here is person. And when they look in the mirror, inside the mirror is, oops, you can see why I'm not an art teacher, is this person looking back at them, same distance away from the mirror. And so that's what it is. Sometimes books call this flip, because when you think about it, like if this line was our mirror, it's like that face flips over that line. Well, we are going to look at some examples here. So first we're going to look at, we're going to graph this triangle. So vertices -8, 4, that's our M. -3, 8 is our N. And our P, -2, 2. So we have this triangle. Now we want to reflect it over the x-axis. So here I'm going to make the x-axis red. That's our x-axis. And we're going to reflect it over it. So notice P here, it's like 2 units up from the axis. So 2 units down from the axis will be P prime. We're reflecting it over this line. And so N is at 8, and so this N is going to be at -8, that's our N prime, and M is at 4, so this M is going to be at -4, that's M prime. And so we're going to make these connections, and hopefully you can see that as if you folded this coordinate plane on that red line, those two images would be right on top of one another. So that is a reflection. Notice if we write our new reflected order pairs, our image order pairs, M is now at -8, -4, N is at -3, -8, and P is at -2, -2. So notice that the x-coordinate stayed the same, and the y-coordinate is now the opposite sign of what it started with. And I say opposite sign because it doesn't always go positive and negative. It could go negative to positive. All right, so that's the x-axis. Now we're going to graph that same triangle, -3, 8, N, P. So we've got that same triangle, but now this time we're going to reflect it over the y-axis. So here's my y-axis. This is the y-axis. And we're going to reflect it the same way. Notice P's 2 units away. P prime is going to be 2 units away. N is 3 units away. N prime is going to be 3 units away. M is 8 units away. M prime is going to be 8 units away. So we've got our triangle, our new image. And you could see if you folded that coordinate plane on that red line, you would, they would go right on top of each other. So notice our M prime, N prime, P prime. Now in this case, it's at 8, 4. Our N prime is at 3, 8. And the N prime is at 2, 2. So notice the y coordinate stayed the same, and the x coordinate is the opposite sign in this case. Well, we can also reflect over things other than the x and y axis. So we're going to start by graphing this quadrilateral. So this is W, 1, -2, this is x, -3, -6, this is y, and z, -7, -2. So here's our quadrilateral, means four-sided. And now we are going to reflect this over the line y equals 1. So remember the line y equals 1 is right here. And so we're going to reflect it just like we did before. So in other words, w is 1 unit away. W prime's going to be right there. X is 3 units down, so we're going to go 3 units up, X prime. Z is 3 units down, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3 units up. There's Z prime. And this is where some students go wrong. Notice Y is 7 units down from that red line. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units up. And that's our Y prime. So here we go. And it is reflected. If we folded it on that line, we would have them be right on top of each other. So let's just write, we don't have like a key this time. There's not quite the pattern, but let's just write down our coordinates. So W prime is at -3, 2. X prime is at 1, 4. Z prime is at -7, 4. And then Z prime, oops, that was Z prime. Z prime was -7, 4. And Y prime is at -3, 8. There we go. All right, so we're going to have that same W, X, Y, Z. So here's my W, X, Y, and Z. And this time, we're going to reflect it over the line X equals -1. So here is X equals -1. This is X equals -1. So this one's interesting because I'm going to use a different color. It's on both sides of that. So let's start with X. Notice it's 2 units to the right. So X prime is going to be 2 units to the left. W's 2 units to the left, so now it's going to be 2 units to the right. Y's 2 units to the left. Y prime is going to be 2 units to the right. Z is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Z prime. So let's connect these points here. And pretty cool looking, right? We can see it is symmetrical to that line, X equals -1. That is, if we folded the paper on that red line, it would all fold on to itself. All right, this one now, this is different. We're going to graph math. 7, 2, that's my M. A is 1, 2. T is 1, 5. And H is 4, 6. All right, so there is our all right, so there's our math. Now we are reflecting it over X equals 2. So here is X equals 2. This is X equals 2. So we're going to do the same thing. T's 1 to the left. T prime's going to be 1 to the right. H is 2 to the right. H prime's 2 to the left. A 1 to the left. A prime 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my M prime. So connecting. You can see it does work. It is symmetrical to that line, X equals 2. Oh, I forgot to do my new coordinates. So let's see, M prime, A prime, T prime, H prime. Let's see, M is at -3, 2. A prime is at 3, 2. T prime is at 3, 5. And H prime is at 0, 6. Just to back up, I forgot to put these in here too. W prime, X prime, Y prime, Z prime. W prime is at 1, 0. X prime is at -3, -2. Y prime 1, -6. And Z prime 5, -2. All right, so finally, we're going to just review translations. So I encourage you to pause it and do it on your own and then push play. Let's see, -5, -2, that's our E. -2, 3, F. 2, -3, G. So here we go, that's F, E, F, G. All right, so now we're gonna translate this. This is saying it's gonna go right 6, we're looking right here, right 6, up 3. So we can, remember, we can come up with these ordered pairs. Let's try to do it this way. Let's see, E prime should be at 1, 1. F prime should be at 4, 6. And G prime should be at 8, 0. Well, let's see. We'll take each one at a time. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. There's my F prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And we can double check our coordinates. Yep, E11, F46, and G prime 80. Looks good. Finally, last example, we are going to first graph SQAR. Let's see, S21, Q43, A25, R03. Oh, this one is small. Oh, maybe it's supposed to be a square. SQAR, square. All right, so we want to do left 1. Remember, that's like -1 and up 3. So this is like -1, up 3, -1, up 3, -1, up 3, -1, up 3. So let's write what these translated images should be. So 1, 4, 3, 6, 1, 8, and -1, 6. Let's see what we have here. So we're going to go left 1, up 3. Left 1, up 3. That's my S prime. Left 1, up 3. Left 1, up 3. Left 1, up 3. All right, looks good. -1, 6 is my R. 1, 8 is my A. Q is 3, 6. And S prime is 1, 4. Looks perfect.